Today there's chaos in the chicken yard, and we are going to be playing Chicken Cha-Cha-Cha! You're practicing for the Chicken Cha-Cha Olympics by feather stealing. This is a memory game. It says for 2 to 4 chickens aged 4 and up. So it's going to be a kid's game. And you need to have your expectations set for that because there's not a whole lot going on here. It's basically just flip a tile and move or don't. And just keep doing that until you gather all the tails and be the king chicken and prove that you're the best at cha-chaing. And that's how you show off how good of a dancer you are. So here's Chicken Cha-Cha-Cha. I'm going to tell you how to play it. Okay, so Chicken Cha-Cha-Cha is really easy to set up. You're going to take all your hexagonal tiles and shuffle them up and keep them face down in the center here. And you're going to take all your egg tiles, and these are also going to be shuffled face down, and then you're going to place them in a circle. Finally, the last thing you're going to do is everybody's going to get a chicken with 1 tail feather, and you're going to evenly space those chickens out. So we're going to be setting up for a 4-player game, so there's going to be 5 egg spaces between each chicken. So basically the idea is that these are all randomized. These are all randomized, but you flip them face up once it's set up, and put your chickens down on the board and you're ready to go. So the way this game works, the youngest chicken's going to start. He's going to look at this tile that's in front of him. That's what he wants to find in the yard, so he's going to flip a tile up, and hopefully he gets what that is. It was not. That does not match the artwork here, so he flips it down. That was the end of his turn. We go to this guy. He's going to flip a tile. He knows not to flip this one because that one was not matching his tile, so he's going to pick a random thing. This one. Okay, so that does match his thing, so when that happens, you'll move forward a space. You will flip the tile back down, and you'll keep going until you get it wrong. So he's going to be like, let's try this one. That was not his tile, so that's the end of his turn. But this guy, he wants that tile, so he's going to immediately know to go to this one. He flips that tile back down. Then he's going to go to this one, which is this one. And he knows to go right back to this guy. And that was the end of his turn. But this guy wants that one. So that's how general play works, is you're going to flip a tile up, and if it's the thing that's directly in front of you, you're going to flip that tile over and move up a space, and if it's not the thing, then you just end your turn and goes to the next player. So what you're trying to do over the course of the game, you're trying to pass all the other chickens and collect all the tail feathers for yourself, and that'll be the end of the game. So for this blue player, we're going to want to find those eggs, and this other egg. And it's kind of tricky like that. The things are similarly colored sometimes, and you get them mixed up in your brain. Chicken? No, that wasn't chicken. That one was chicken. So then, if he got that one, he would jump over this guy and take his tail feather and make it his own. And now he's got 2 tail feathers, and he has none. However, if he doesn't guess this one correctly, see, he thought that that was it, but it was not it. So it'll come to this guy's turn, he'll take a turn, he'll take a turn. If it comes to yellow's turn, he's able to correctly flip the right tile over, he can jump back over and take his tail feathers back and keep going like that. And so just because you lost your tail feathers doesn't mean you're out of the game. You want to just like keep going, and eventually the chickens will probably kind of like pool together. You'll get to a situation where you might have like chickens lined up like this, and if you're able to jump over them with one move, then you would collect all their tail feathers in one go. So, you know, the yellow player, if he went like here, he'd be like, yeah, man, and you jump over and you take both these tail feathers and collect them. And that's basically all you're doing, is you're trying to gather up all the tail feathers and be the greatest chicken in the yard. Okay, I'm the youngest chicken, so I'm going to go first.
Oh, dang.
So I need to guess. I'm just going to
pick the one that's in front of you.
Yeah, I'm going to be this yellow chicken. So I need to guess where the Easter egg is. The rabbit painting an Easter egg. Oh, I was wrong.
Okay, you have to remember what those times
No cha-chaing for me.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so
You gotta find the
I'm with
hedgehog.
blue ones, so what do I gotta do?
You gotta find the hedgehog.
Yeah, the one in front of you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I got you. I think this one's that hedgehog.
It's
not.
You were wrong, but it was the one that you're standing on.
Yep.
So
Nice. All right, so we'll be the green one, okay? And so we need to find list. Do you think should flip this one? No.
that's poor advice.
Guess I'm
But
the
you have to
nude
remember.
chicken.
Okay.
Gonna find the snail. It's a worm.
That's not a snail.
We're not.
We
We're
did.
not cha-cha
No one's
very
gained
well.
any information about how to get on the board yet, so...
Flowers.
Flowers, okay, you
I do care about that one.
I
At
think this
least.
one's a hedgehog. No.
Sweet
Oh,
Easter egg.
I'm on
Okay.
board with it. Okay.
Should we try this one? Oh,
What was
the
that?
caterpillar,
Caterpillar.
which we're
man.
gonna need.
Eventually.
Fine. Ooh.
Oh, it's
Side
a
up.
fried egg.
Okay, gotta remember that one. 'Cause we're
Okay.
gonna need
So.
Dang.
Good job.
Oh, dang.
I don't think anybody's revealed the
Nope.
chicken, so.
What does that mean? Does that mean you can gamble
Yeah, I
and,
can, but
and try to get
I
it?
don't think I'm going to because I already forgot what people were touching. So. No, so you just did that.
That's so silly, huh?
Okay.
Okay, so nobody's still seen the hedgehog.
Nobody's
No. Or the snail, for that matter.
I don't think anybody's
Okay.
flipped this one, so I'm gonna flip
think
it.
so.
Oh.
That's
That's
It's the chicken I need.
pecking chicken.
Yeah.
No, that one was
Yeah.
the egg. Let's do this
That's
one. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Did I fail?
I should have listened
No
to
one's
her.
done this one. No. The feather. Someone had done that one.
Okay. Chicken.
Sean wins the game.
Rabbit. Chicken. Uh-oh,
But
hedgehog.
so-
now
so
we're in the same
now-
dilemma.
No. Don't you
both-
need feather? Or you have to
No, I gotta do hedgehog. I just jumped
Okay.
over. Uh-oh. I don't know.
The caterpillar?
It's okay. I'm gonna get to immediately steal my feather.
What was that?
3 eggs in a nest.
Which one haven't we? Maybe this
I don't
one?
know which one we haven't flipped. I thought
It was
we had
amazing.
flipped all
Snail!
of them.
Well, Daddy
Thank
gets
you.
to move.
So I use snail. Hey,
Yeah, flip it back down. Flip the tile
Flip it
back
back
down.
over.
Down so you don't.
well, you left him up, but this
Yeah,
one,
because he's a cheater.
that's not the other one was. Alright. I'll remember now. I don't remember.
Okay, co-op mode. Where's the hedgehog?
I thought we've touched them all.
I thought we had flipped them all over now too. So I really don't know where it is.
I don't. Maybe. Oh,
Do that one.
that's something.
That's something.
No, we flipped that one. How about the ones over there by you guys? Have you guys flipped those?
I feel like you're just trying to lead me astray.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Take your tail feather. But I mean,
fine.
like you're gonna take it right back. So.
The egg with the toast.
Oh boy.
I mean, the
I know I've
with
seen
the
that
toast.
The
worm.
worm has come up.
No, snail. Worm. You got it. Take those feathers.
It's all part of a clever ruse.
Yep. You plucked. plucked
Now I
them
gotta
right
find the one that I've yet to find.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
out. Oh, there's the hedgehog.
Which one haven't we looked at here? That one? I feel like we have looked at that. I'll do it anyways.
Oh, we have it.
Good
Dang.
job. Now, do you remember where the egg is? That one?
Oh,
She
What
might
about-
actually.
Do you remember where
What
the
about that caterpillar?
is? Is it the no? That was it. This one?
I think so.
You're close, I think. My turn? I think this one's it. Yeah. And then this one's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, where's that other egg?
Don't remember here.
No one's paid attention to that.
Freaking snail. I forgot. We had flipped it. I just don't remember.
Okay, so... Oh, hell. His hand was in the way, so I didn't see what he flipped. So, you know, whatever. It's fine.
Well, that was fortunate for me.
Flowers.
I think those flowers were over here. Dang it.
Okay. Now, do you remember where the caterpillar is? Was it this one?
I think so.
Yay! Now, do you remember where this fried egg was?
Flip it. Oh.
Now, do you remember where the hedgehog
Where's
was?
that hedgehog?
No.
Didn't you just do it there?
No.
That was the Easter Bunny thing.
Flowers.
I didn't see it. Was it the flowers
It
that
was the
were in front of
flowers.
you?
No.
Yeah.
So, and I already forgot which one he just touched. It's either this or this.
Yep.
Yeah. Yours. It's fine. Fine.
Oh, the snail.
Nope.
We gotta remember where the hedgehog was, Kay. Do you remember? Was it this one? No, that one.
Cooking chicken. My turn.
Boiled egg.
I don't remember it all. Where the yeah.
Okay. 3 eggs in a nest.
3 eggs and nests here.
Oh.
Oh, boiled egg.
It's here.
Easter bunny.
Here.
Flowers.
It's here.
Oh.
Pecking chicken.
It's here. No, it's hedgehog.
Oh.
I don't remember
Now
the
you
picking
remember
chickens.
the hedgehog is, right?
I've never needed where that chicken and egg is, so I don't have any idea. So yeah.
What was that?
That was the one that took me
the
forever to find the
Oh.
first.
Fried egg. Ah, there's a pecking chicken. There's a pecking chicken.
Okay. Do you remember which one was the hedgehog? We just saw it. Was it this one?
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now do you remember which one was the feather?
I don't know.
Is it like this one? No.
No.
Turn this pecking chicken.
Easter bunny.
What's this one? No, it's a snail. Sorry. So you can see this one. I don't know what stupid
well-
Easter bunny is.
Well, I still don't know where this chicken is, so I really don't know. Yeah, so that's fine.
Damn it.
Do you remember where the feather is, Kay?
I don't know.
Yeah. Almost. Nope, there's a snail. But I need to...
This is the Easter. Oh, it's a caterpillar. So the colorful one.
Stupid chicken and an egg. Oh, that's the worst.
Thanks. Egg.
Firm.
Where's that chicken and egg?
Toast. He's right here.
Okay.
That egg is here. Okay. That caterpillar's
yeah?
here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
egg.
egg is...
Uh-oh.
Oh, you just did it.
I did just do it. It was this one.
Yeah.
Egg.
Oh, where's
And
the
then the
feather?
Feather
feather.
is here.
Oh,
No.
the flowers.
Flowers.
We
You gotta get that feather and get out.
Oh, no.
You just did
No.
that one.
Oh.
Here I come.
I know.
I'm gonna get that tail feather.
At this point, I basically abstain. Like, there's no.
This one.
I mean, if you knocked out this whole sequence, you
Yeah,
could
if I
jump
knocked
all
out
the
that
way
whole
up.
sequence, it's fine.
That's. This. No, it's the eggs.
So stupid eggs. Yeah, like I know you just did this whole sequence, but I'm fine. Oh, well, there's that feather for you, so there you go.
Remember that. Okay, you remember. Okay. Oh, except Rob's gonna get it this time. Oh, nope.
Dang, it's rough. Oh,
no! Yay!
no! Shouldn't have been looking at your phone.
Do you remember where the snail
I
is?
was trying to
I
place
think
the
it's
order
this
for
way.
pizza.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember where the colorful caterpillar is? Was it this or this?
I don't remember. I think Easter has flowers. What one was that? Oh, that one. Flowers.
Even if you catch up to me, you don't even get anything, so I don't have any tail feathers for you to take, so... it's not even your turn, bro.
Yeah,
sorry.
he's-
I thought that's why it had slowed down.
No, it slowed down because
What was that?
the
this
blue eggs.
snail.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. It's a triple
That's-
eggs.
Yeah. All right. Grab the hedgehog is what you need now.
Oh, hedgehog. Oh no. Hedgehog? Hedgehog.
Yes.
Feather.
Feather.
Feather. No!
I feel like I
What was
tried
that?
everything.
That
was-
one was the fried egg.
It was
Right?
a
Yeah.
fried egg, yeah.
Okay, I think this one's the caterpillar, yeah? Yeah. And this
know where that one
one's the
is.
3 eggs. Can you move me?
Uh-huh.
And that one's this one. And that
Yeah.
one. And that one.
Yeah. Ah,
Oh,
idiot.
flowers. I steal your tail feather.
I do.
Oh, now that chicken.
I remember that chicken is. Yeah.
There you go. And then the feather. And the hedgehog. Oh, no.
Oh,
Your reign of terror comes to an
I
end.
know. That was pretty good, huh?
Uh-oh.
no.
This one is. No!
Oh, no.
Can't remember that
Do you remember where
stupid
that hedgehog is when you
chicken
need
is.
it?
I didn't see what you just flipped. Still don't know where that snail is. Snail?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that worm toast.
Worm?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
that one again.
Chicken. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's okay because I did not pay attention where the caterpillar is. Oh.
Oh no.
Friday. And then feather.
Yep.
Ah!
Oh,
You'll just take it back. It's fine. One glorious moment.
We'll see. I seem to be incapable of picking up that feather, even though... Like, I know exactly where it is. I just keep picking up the egg for some reason.
Except now you just need the snail.
Yeah. Which I think is here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll jump past him and steal his tail feathers. Caterpillar. 3... Oh,
Which one was that?
that
That was
that was a fat chicken that just
the
got
hatch,
hatched.
Oh,
the
okay.
hatchling.
The hedgehog. You remember which one is the hedgehog? Okay. Is it this one or this one? This one? Oh yeah. Good job. Okay, now the worm with the toast. Was that this one? Yeah? Oh yeah. Okay, and then this guy, was that this one? Yeah, yeah. And then the flowers were over here. Yeah. And the snail. Yeah. The worm with the toast. Oh no! Fail.
No, it's not that one, is it?
Maybe.
No, that's the.
Yeah.
That,
So.
how did I forget where the stupid thing is? I can go through and like remember most of these, but that's a stupid Easter bunny. You just did that. That's the hedgehog. So maybe I haven't done that one.
This is all just a tactic to make us forget we're thinking.
Yeah.
Here he
Is Daddy gonna
goes.
catch us?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he
Those
steals
are
our
his.
feathers.
Is he gonna go all the way?
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Egg. Caterpillar.
Okay.
Egg.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
Where it all began.
This one.
Hedgehog.
Oh.
Now you need that snail.
Snails. This one.
Now you need those 3 eggs in a nest.
Yay!
Oh, you're the winner.
Daddy
You're the
won.
cha-cha.
Yes!
Cha-cha
You
champion.
cha-cha.
Cha-cha that chicken like crazy.
Good job. Cha-cha-cha. The chicken cha-cha-cha.
Was this everything you hoped it would be?
Oh, dang.
You didn't know anything about this game when I pulled it
No,
out.
I didn't know anything about it when it pulled it out. Since we did the gameplay and you were like, we've got to talk about Chicken Cha-Cha-Cha, I had completely forgotten what Chicken Cha-Cha-Cha was about until I looked at the box and I went, oh, that's right, it's the memory game.
Yeah.
So yeah, this game is pretty much just memory. With that in mind, how do you feel it is as a game?
It's probably a good kids game.
Yeah.
I I don't go out of my way to look for kids games specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably on the higher end of kids games.
Yeah,
for, like,
I'd agree.
Small children.
Yeah.
Because you, from the very beginning, like probably the thing that draws people's attention the most is the chickens
These
being
big chickens.
Yeah, like it's
Pretty nice.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece. Like the tail feathers that pull out and go together. Like everything about that is pretty neat. Pretty clean. All of it works really well.
The artwork is really colorful.
Mm-hmm.
The components, you've got the thick egg tiles and the hexagons.
Yeah.
They don't need to be that big and ridiculous, but they are, and it's nice.
Yeah.
So everything has a very tactile feel, and I think that that's going to be your primary thing that you're considering if you are interested in this game or not, is you're going to look at whether or not you have children that will play it.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts, or you want to move right on to rating? Because there's not a lot to say about a game that's just memory.
I mean, I think the only thing you can say is that because it is just that, if you have a really good memory and you're playing with people who don't have a really good memory,
For sure.
you're just going to win.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be interesting to you. It's just going to be like, well, it did it. You guys are bad. So I guess if I were going to have any kind of complaints or criticisms about the game, it would be that I'd like to see some kind of something additional for if you're playing with adults, a more like evolved version of it where maybe you have a deck of cards that you're dealing with some action that you can take as well on top of what already exists, because it's pretty bare bones in its current form. And so if you had the option to do something that would be, okay, now we're going to add this into the mix to make it
just a little more difficult, so that as kids got older, if you liked the game with the kids, then you could evolve the game and make it a little more difficult, or if you're playing with adults, I agree. How do you feel like you want to rate this game?
So I mean, like, for me, because it's so simple, and because we don't ever
Play games with
we
kids.
don't have any kids that are around to play games with, mostly, like I wouldn't really play this that often, and I guess you could play it as a filler, but I almost feel like it's kind of cumbersome for being used in that purpose compared to like a card game or something.
Sure.
Like, Colorado comes in a tiny box.
Sure.
Masquerade comes in a tiny box. So I would give it like a 4. I think it's like a little below average in terms of just...
In terms of general games?
Yeah, in terms of me just wanting to play it compared to other things.
Sure. If you're gonna rate it just as like a kids game and other games that you felt like
it's
have been
probably one of
appropriate
the
for
better
kids.
kids games. I think probably Magic Labyrinth is one of the better kids
Probably
games
the best kids
I've
game,
played.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say best because I don't
Of the ones
have,
that
like,
we've played.
I don't have like a list in front of me like these are the kids games that I've played and I've ranked them
Yeah.
in the order.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Magic
agree.
Labyrinth comes to mind as being a game that works for both kids and adults.
Sure.
Because it's simple, but also is a memory game.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to even compare it to this because
Sure.
they're both operating on that. I think the difference is that Magic Labyrinth adds in a layer of chance with the rolling of a die, whereas this one doesn't really, beyond like the tiles get shuffled when you start, but once they're down, and they don't move.
I'd agree, yeah.
So, that might be what I was talking about, having that one extra layer of something you can be using to...
And has the difference in difficulty of how many walls you put in Magic Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Sure. I'd agree with you. This is... I would rate this really high if I was rating it like just as kids in a group of kids games. This would definitely rate, probably near the top of games that I've played that I think are good for kids. In terms of other games, though, yeah, I would say it's a little below average, that it's not something that I'm going to pull out and play very often, if I was ever going to pull it out and play it.
Yeah.
At most, it would be, to show off these pieces to people and say, hey, look at this weird game that I have that has these weird chicken pieces. Let's play it. And that mild amount of amusement there.
Kind of similar to like a lot of the Haba games. You remember like we had the snowman game that had like wooden snowman pieces and stuff.
Or Sheer Panic with its
with the sheep.
weird sheep pieces.
Kind
of a set piece game of just strange tokens that you don't usually see.
Yeah. So, this is a weird one where it's a conditional rating where, like, as a game compared to all other games, I don't think it's great. But under certain contexts, it is pretty good for what it does.
Sure.
Especially if you got it for, cheap or something.
Yeah.
If you found it
At like a Goodwill or
something.
whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be a great pickup for that.
Because, like, if you were to take this out to, like, a bar and play it, people would see these giant chickens from a distance and they'd be like, what's going on over there? And they want to go investigate.
Yeah.
They might not be super interested once they see you're just, like, flipping tiles and doing a memory thing, but...
I don't know, it might be a great drinking game.
But it could be something that you could play that gets people to the table, and then you say, now we're going to play something that's a bit more on top of this.
Sure.
Moving forward. So
I think that's a great placement for it, yeah.
I think it has a niche that I don't really apply to. Like I don't need this game in my life, but I also don't think it's a bad game for certain purposes. So it's kind of a weird, like, I don't like this game, like, for my own tastes, but I'm also like, if you see
fine
this,
with playing it.
I'm saying if someone's looking at this and they're like trying to decide if they should get it or not, there are reasons why you should get this if you fall under that category, and I would be like, good job, good choice. And like you said, if someone came to me and started asking me, like, I've got 4-year-olds,
what are some good games to give them
that they can play that won't, like,
be Monopoly,
make me angry? Yeah, like, I'd be like, well, there was this game with chickens that I played once, and maybe that's up your alley.
Yeah, I think it's a great suggestion for parents that are looking for games.
Yep.
Well, that's Chicken Cha Cha Cha. I guess I'm just gonna leave you to dance with these chickens.
The first chicken to have all tail feathers is the winner, but only a chicken who knows what is in the chicken yard will be able to catch the others and win the game. A chicken with a leaky memory will find himself standing bare-rumped and medalless when the prizes are distributed.